Well, what are we going to do today? Whip? Whip? Is Whip here? I don't see Whip. I see Hip Hop Hillbilly. No Whip's World. No Whip's World. Sad day. Shh. He's back. He's back. Who is Whip? I don't see Whip World anywhere. I don't know who you guys are talking about. The only Whip I know is Whip's World. Continuation from the pre-member stream, I learned that the Corydoras Harold Schultz used to be sold for $35 by Dan's Fish. Not sure how my LFS is selling for $14. They could just be like local bred, possibly. And they just sold them to you, the LFS, really cheap. New Local Austin says, hi, Bob. Big fan here. Big fan of you too, buddy. My boyfriend is mad because I ate the last slice of pumpkin cheesecake. Coral, I think you did your boyfriend a favor because that sounds disgusting. Pumpkin mixed with cheese mixed with cake. I don't know that I can get behind that. Dan's Fish says, lurking while I'm a working. Hope everyone has had a great holiday. But I noticed there's a new logo here, so I don't know that I trust this person. Is this the real Dan's Fish? All right, well, it sure is. There you go. It is the real Dan's Fish. Zen Ginger says, they're so cool. I hadn't even heard of these until a few months ago. Now I want a whole tank of them. Speaking of the darter tetras. Darter tetras. They are cool. Zenny, they are. Making my stock for turkey stoop. Turkey stoop. Uh-oh, Taryn says, I have COVID. I've been sick and bored all day. Glad you're streaming tonight. Taryn, did I meet you in did I meet you in Dallas? Maybe that was someone else. I'm glad I'm streaming tonight too, though. I don't know why, but my favorite streams are always the first stream of the month and the last stream of the month. Oh, Whip's World is here. There he is. All right. Well, all right. I'm an idiot. Good to see you, Whip's World. So yeah, I don't know what it is. Like the first, it's like starting off the month good, you know, with a stream, ending the month good with a stream. I don't know. The streams in between, I'm just like, whatever. But the first and last Monday of the month, I don't know why, but I just enjoy them more than the middle. Does that make any sense? Probably not. Darter tetras seem boring compared to real darters. I would wager that darter tetras are more active than darters. I get it. Their names are... Yeah, you met me. Okay. I thought I did. I don't meet a lot of Terrans. I think I've only met one other Terran in my life, so it kind of stands out. I would love to order for your gas site. I'm allowed to order some dodderfish and gummy fish. Wait, what? Gas site? What? Snailed it. Ginger Grumble says, darter tetras are so fun to watch. Yeah, I realize that darter fish are called darters. You know, they dart around, but they actually just spend a lot of time just sitting down, holding on with their pelvic fins and just sitting in the flow. So I don't know. I don't know what I would think is... Darter tetras are pretty dang active. Pretty gosh darn active. Dan says, trying out the color logo. We'll see if we stick with it. Not quite as clear as the old black and white logo. Yeah, I kind of dig it, though. I do kind of like it. It's definitely, like, when I'm looking at it on chat, like, the logo is so small, I'm like, I can tell it's a fish. But when I'm looking at it, like, on the, like, on your landing page, oh, it looks good. I like it. I would love to order for your gas site. I don't know what that is, Jericho. Also can't generalize on darters, says Alex, because there are 160 species in the genus, and many of them actually move around quite frequently. Well, there's also 100 plus species of darter tetras, and they move around quite frequently as well. So, actually, to be more exact, I believe there's 95 described species of darter tetras now. So maybe not quite 160, but I think we can agree that both fish are cool. Like, why does one have to be better than the other? You know? Let's do it. All right. I'm gonna put up a poll. Okay. This is not biased at all by any means. Let's see what we get. No, darters are as cool as rainbows. I said what I said. I mean, darters are awesome, don't get me wrong. I just don't think that you can, like, just dismiss darter tetras as not being as cool. I will say, like, the banded darter, or the banded darter tetra is pretty bland to look at, but there are some beautiful species of darter tetras. Just like there's some pretty bland darter fish, and there's some pretty beautiful darters as well, like the green darter, the rainbow darter. So many cool ones. The red, like the red fin or something like that, red something darter, which is a stunning fish. And we're just joking around here anyways. I like all fish. Looks like tetras are gonna win though. Gotta say, 32 votes. How many people are here? Is there only 32 people here? 100 people? Only 100 of you are voting? Or only 30? 30 out of 100? What kind of engagement is that? My mom's name is Karen and my dad's name is Richard, so they have that going for them. Don't be a Richard. K-Stew coming out of left field saying, Congo tetra is the ultimate tetra. I mean, it's pretty cool. I can't think of anything that I would think is the Congo Tuger says Congo tetra is the best. Like, are we just talking the regular old Congo tetra, or are we, because there's like 30 Congo tetras now. Interruptus is probably the worst tetra from Congo. About 30% ish. How did you bring a daughter fish rainbow daughter fresh water? Jericho, I think there's something lost in translation there, my friend. I'm not sure what you're asking. Leslie said I had a 20-gallon tank doing nothing, so I bought 10 silver tip tetras just for the heck of it. Just for the heck of it. And I love them. Simple but amazing. All of those tetras, like the headlight, taillight tetras, all those super common ones, they all look good, I think. I'm also partial to darters because I love catching them in the wild. So you're just a little biased. Just a little biased. No biggie. Hey, I love them too. I'm a little, well, I don't need to go there. But I do, believe it or not, I do love darter fish. What? Amy says, Zenny, first time I've been quicker than you. Ooh, Zen, she's calling you out. Wow. First time for everything. I don't know what you were quicker about, but all right. Oh, 30% engagement. Yeah, that's pretty bad. 50 votes there now. See, now we're pushing 50. Now we're better than 50 because there's less than 100 people here. I guess some people got mad that I called them out and left. You're not voting? Get out. We only want voters around here. We only want voters. What I think is the easiest tetra to breed in a jungle tank? Lemon tetras. I've never not had lemon tetras spawn. Like, they just always spawn. Anytime I put them in a tank, a couple months, I'll always see little lemon tetra fry swimming around. Bob, you should really send an application for Columbia sponsorship. I don't even want a sponsorship. I just want them to, like, give me free stuff to wear. Really, it's like 75% of the clothes I wear were given to me for free, which basically means like 75% of my wardrobe is Aquarium co-op clothes because he gives them to me for free. But hey, you know, I got co-op hats everywhere. See, I got one right here. I got one right here. Right? I got one right here. I got no shortage of co-op hats, I'll tell you that much. I think there's even one of them. Oh yeah, see, right back here. Look at this one. I got one of my own hats sitting here. There. How about that? Now I should sponsor myself. 60 votes. Tetras win. Closing the poll. There you go. This week's version of this or that. This or that. Andy70 Vita Bus says, I love Columbia. I just like Columbia because there's an outlet store in my city, and everything there is really cheap. So, like, really cheap. Oh, jeez. That was unexpected. Love to order from your awesome site, your awesome fish site. I would love to order some rainbow babies and daughters for wonderful fish. I don't have any rainbows on my website right now. I think I only have shrimp and houseplants, which is soon going to change. Soon going to change. Those darters are adorable. I agree. And all darters, but specifically the darter tetras. Are you like me and struggle with what hat to wear what day? That day? No. Usually it depends on the weather. If it's raining, I'll wear my cowboy hat, just because I love that it keeps all the rain off of me. Get one of them big 10-gallon cowboy hats. The brim comes all the way around here, like 2 feet around. It's basically like wearing an umbrella. If it's cold, I wear an earmuff type of hat. I don't know what they're called. And if it's neither of those, then I just grab whatever is closest. Bob, I stopped at outlets yesterday on my way home from Thanksgiving. Got some clothes at 70% off the already discounted outlet price. There you go. Tampa Tom Fishing says, I'm here now. COVID made me late. I've never felt so sick. Sorry, buddy. I got lucky when I had it. Didn't really do anything to me. All right, boring darter tetras or awesome darter or darter fish or awesome darter tetras. Tetras win. 70. How can it be 74-25? There wasn't an other option. Are there write-ins? Was there one write-in? The giraffe looks very relaxed. Yeah. He certainly does. Do I wear Justin Ropers or Twisted X-Man boots? I don't know what either of those are. Sorry. I need to get one of those raccoon hats. That's what I really need. I don't have a raccoon hat. What? You must not know you're the fish tube boss? What's the strangest communities kept? I have a 20 long with 4 Danios, 2 Tetras, a convict, and an angel. 6 weeks in and doing well, but I'm constantly watching it. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to end very well. But that's strange for sure. I feel like eventually that convict's going to take over. I like Tejano hats, almost sombrero style. Friggin' big and blocks the sun. I was kidding about how big my hat is. I don't know that I could wear like a really large hat like a sombrero. Like I already hit my head on a lot of stuff. Anyways, if we start adding like extra length on there, then I'm just gonna be hitting my head even more. Hey Bob, hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. I had a relaxing Thanksgiving. I don't really do anything. All my family's out of town, so yeah, I just kind of chill out. Me and my dogs. There is a hat maker on Instagram that I am in love with and want to buy one of their hats, but they're like $600 each. So that's gonna be like my 1 million subscriber gift to myself. When I reach 1 million subscribers, I'll buy a $600 hat. Until then, it doesn't make much sense. But they're all handmade. Hey, Tejano. I guess that would be it, right? Tejano. I'm having leftover turkey meatloaf. That is amazing. I mean, turkey's not good fresh. I can't imagine leftover turkey being that good. Amy says, Zen, I don't know of one aquatic-based live you're not a mod for. I admire it. Oh, yeah? Take that. Can't type, need to lay down. Yeah, man, relax. Relax, sleep, stay hydrated. Lots of vitamin C. When I had it, I basically just slept for like 3 days, and I think I might have had like a sore throat for a minute, but that was it. Is it bad to release wild-caught darters back into the river I caught them from? They've been in my aquarium for about a year now. I don't think so. I've caught and released many times. I think the only thing people would complain about is that you should have never took them in the first place. But, you know, those people. Hey, buddy. Hey, calm down. Too Coolie for Schoolie says, I'm in a mall. Someone saved me. I didn't even know they still had malls. Did Bob just take my wrench? Well, I'm going to now. Don't make me time you out again. Holy smokes, I see something that says serious question here. My Lamprologus brevis Shelley colony is dropping one by one to dropsy. I've done everything to try to cure it. Any thoughts? I can't find nothing wrong. Have you tried just good old-fashioned salt and raising the temperature a little? I don't know what temperature you're keeping at now, but you probably don't even need to raise the temperature. But if the meds aren't working, I would go old school and go salt. Salt's kind of my go-to right now. And it has been for like actually like a year and a half, 2 years. Really hard to diagnose stuff like that, though. Just really, really hard. I mean, you'd want to like examine see what their poops look like, what their appetites are like. My local mall, Ridgamar Mall, is just a quarter-mile walking facility for Karens. Pilot Aquatics says, please don't release fish after you have it in captivity. There's a high chance to spend disease, and it's illegal in many places. I would just say use your own discretion. I don't think there's anything wrong with it myself. I think that's kind of funny. People say don't take wild caught fish and put them in your aquarium because it can give your fish diseases. But now you're saying if I take them out and put them back in, that don't do that either because that will introduce diseases. I don't know. They're going through a round of general cure now. After that, I'll try salt. Yeah, I don't know. I've had bad luck with some of these meds over the last year or two. So I just went back to salt, and I've been having really good luck. I can't imagine a fish catching a disease in my tank, then spreading diseases in the wild. I mean, I definitely am not like promoting taking your tropical fish and that you got at a pet store and throwing them in the wild. Obviously not. Obviously that's not cool. But if you're just taking darter tetras, or I'm going to say that every time now, you go catch a couple darter fish, keep them for a little bit, and throw them back. I don't really see the harm in that. Any fish that I can put in my cherry shrimp tank that will eat copepods and seed shrimp. Yeah, any like larger tetra, rainbow fish, all kinds of stuff. Basically, you basically just have to look at like their mouth size. You want something that's big enough that will eat your little seed shrimp, but not eat your cherry shrimp, right? Bob, aren't our glass boxes generally disease-free if cared for? Actually, no. There's a lot of debates and studies around that. There's people that say like all our aquariums are diseased, and our fish just fight off those diseases, which is why when something goes wrong, like you have a heater fail and it gets cold, then their immune systems aren't working properly, and so they can't fight off the diseases. Then they get like ick. Like ick just doesn't come out of nowhere. But I don't know. I think generally, if you have healthy fish, I wouldn't have a problem. Like if I go out and scoop up some minnows, keep them for a little bit, and then go put them back out in my pond, like not too worried about it. I have scuds in one tank with guppies, and the guppies seem to just ignore them. Yeah, I would probably go with something maybe like a Danio or a Rainbowfish, something that's a little more food aggressive. Have a white spot on Cory nose, one of 8 Corys, been the same times 3 weeks, behavior unchanged, no growth. It could just be physical damage. USA 2, Iran 0. And Iran so far away. He could have just bumped his nose on something and it's healing. Curtis Schindler with the wicked super chat. $1. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Curtis. Woo, woo, whoop, whoop. Pull over, fish police. Do you think I could put dwarf Mexican crayfish with my Amano shrimp? Yes. The shrimp are about twice the size, but the crayfish obviously have the pinchers. In my experience, dwarf Mexican crayfish are friendly. I've had some people in my in my live stream say that they go after their cherry shrimp. When I kept them with shrimp and I didn't have a problem. So probably you just want to make sure that they're well fed. Like don't give them a reason to go eat your other inhabitants. Pyle says that's exactly why you don't release fish. They can carry diseases without you even knowing it. Other species in that system could be sensitive to that disease and end up causing a serious problem. All I'm talking about is native fish. Taking native fish, keeping them, and then putting them back. You're never going to convince me that there's a problem with that. Like, there's always a possibility of anything happening. Like, you can be like, well, don't ever drive because you might die, right? I mean, just there's always a chance of something happening. I'm not gonna give too much thought for stuff like that, to be honest. Now, obviously, if I have a tank full of native fish and they're covered in ick, I'm not gonna go throw them back out in the pond or something. Dennis Engel with another wicked super chat of 127. All right, thank you so much, Dennis. I appreciate it. Wicked, it's wicked. Jeff Rose. I don't know if I could read it. Yeet, yeet. All right, there you go. Jeff Rose says, yeet, yeet. Twisted, let's paint fish tank plans for aquarium to make your tank look like a jungle. All right. Bow Wow says, it's like using minnows for fishing bait. Yeah. The problem comes when you mix them with other fish, you end up cross-contaminating. Yeah, I don't know why you would put native fish in a tropical aquarium. Like, I'm sure people do it. I wouldn't do it. But yeah, there's always going to be a chance of something. Whipsroll says, there's always a chance to introduce some sort of disease parasite, but I don't think the risk is overly high. As a kid, I caught and kept and released hundreds of bluegill, bass, bullhead, and channel cats. Yeah, I did the same thing with reptiles as a kid. Like, every spring, I would go catch as many garter snakes as I could, as many alligator lizards I could. I would keep them all summer. Well, not all summer. I'd usually let them go about release them around August. But I got all kinds of babies from doing that. Garter snakes, and I think I only had baby garters once. But the alligator lizards, man, I got so many babies just from doing that. Raise them up and then let them go. Bosemani Rainbow made babies. I moved them to a different tank and then unexpectedly found swimmers in the old tank. Got only 5 out of the fry, but they are doing good and on brine shrimp. Yeah, you'll probably never get them all. There's always going to be a few leftovers. Some few stray eggs. Alligator lizards totally rock. I'm jealous. I know. I didn't see a single one this year, though. I didn't even see that many. I think I saw just a couple snakes, which is... No, I think I saw one baby alligator lizard this year. Yeah, I think we had a really, really late spring, and I think that kind of messed with a lot of life cycles around here because there was not very many frogs. Normally, like where I'm at right now, there's just snakes, lizards, frogs, like everywhere. But this year, there was nothing. So I don't know. Lee, I'm just going to say Lee. I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name. Lee with the wicked $2 super chat. Number of Kochu blues, I'm assuming tetras, and a 40 breeder planted with 50% weekly water change. Oh, you could do a lot. I would probably start at about 20 and then slowly add from there. Like, I would maybe just start with 8 and then slowly build up your school to like 2 dozen. See how a couple dozen look in there, and then if it looks like they're not cramped and you could do more, then I would do more. I bet you could end up with like 30 or 40 in there pretty easily. Couldn't possibly be for some disease that was released into their ecosystem, could it? Highly doubt it. I'm so far out from anything. That would be pretty insane. Honestly, I didn't spend as much time outside this summer as I normally do as well. I was building all summer instead of out hiking around and doing a bunch of other stuff like I normally do. So it could just be that. Mark Strolson with the wicked gifted 5 Steenfott Aquatic memberships. And hey, Lee, you just got one. Silver Creek Aquatics is back. Mountaintop Pupper. Bow wow. All right. Thank you, Mark. That is freaking awesome. It's wicked sweet. Wicked sweet. Tampa Fishing gifted a membership. Welcome back, buddy. Could I put a Jack Dempsey and Green Terror together in a 75? You probably could. You probably could. Neither are really my cup of tea, but you could definitely put both those in a 75. This stream is wicked awesome. I agree. Wicked awesome. Jeffro says 5,000 people watching and only 20 likes. We got to have more than 20. That can't be right. 5,137 viewers and 75 likes. Yeesh. Hey. It's not a very good percentage. Gabriel's Glass Boxes says, welcome newbies. Case dude. Oh, man. Jeff says, what's a few good tank mates for rainbow fish with the rainbows as centerpiece? Thank you, Jeff. I actually have a video about that very topic. I think it's top 5 fish, rainbow fish tank mates, something stupid like that. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you my favorite fish are, to keep with rainbows, are Corydoras, Plecos, and Epistogrammas. By far, I mean, that's one of my favorite setups. Rocky Miles with the wicked $5 super chat says, recently bought 4 Paskai rainbows. Those are pretty sweet. 3 female, 1 male. They're with Emerald Eye Rasboras, I assume, and shrimp. Heavily planted. Any chance I'll be able to get babies? Well, there's always a chance. That's pretty small numbers. With rainbows, well, this may sound kind of stupid and obvious, but specifically with rainbows, the more you have, the more chance that they'll spawn. So with only 1 male, your odds are pretty low, but there's always a chance. I don't heavily planted. I mean, you're not going to get like the biggest yield, right? A lot of those eggs are going to get eaten, but I think you'll get, if they do spawn, I think you'll definitely get a couple fry survive if it's like densely planted. Tampa Fishing says rainbows and rose lines. Rose lines are a really good one to pair with rainbows too. Are the darters egg scatterers? Yes. To my knowledge, oh my gosh, excuse me. Like 99% of tetras are egg scatterers. And if you take out like splash tetras, probably almost every single tetra is egg scatterer. In the hobby, I should say. Our bee population is non-existent this year. We've had a cold start to summer. Yeah, we didn't have very many bees either. I just think like something was off. Something like the really late spring and summer. I think threw a lot of things out of balance. Because here where I'm at, we didn't get spring till like June, almost July. It was crazy. Davo says our rabbit and squirrel population is way down the last couple years, but we have lots of fox, coyotes, and hawks. Yeah, so that's like a roller coaster. That's always gonna be a roller coaster. I feel like there's no shortage of rabbits here or deer. How fast do trout goodeids grow? They're not the fastest growers, but they're not rainbow fish by any means. You just want to feed them and do lots of water changes. Like feed them if you really want them to grow. Like we're talking 3 feedings a day and water changes every other day. What's up, Bob and friends? Hope everyone who celebrated had a great Thanksgiving. All right. Welcome, welcome. They didn't have more males or I would have gotten them. Yeah. In time, maybe you'll find some more. Maybe they'll get some more in. But like I said, if they do spawn, I think there's a good odds that a few would survive. Did I miss UPSer? Is the UPSer here? Hello? Well, I see someone saying hi to you, so if you're here, hello. Did you eat pie at Thanksgiving, Bob? No. I had 0 Thanksgiving food. Is this an is this an for old time's sake anything goes stream? We try to keep it fish related for the first hour, and then the second hour I just kind of open it up to whatever. So first hour fish stuff, second hour we get kind of loosey goosey, get a little crazy around here. Pour a few shots of water. You know, we're a pretty wild bunch around here. So I'm gonna have some water right now. I can't commit to water changes every day, twice a week. Absolutely. Well, it's basically the more you do it, the faster they'll grow. If roselines go well with rainbows, will Chilothrina specifically do okay with roselines? Yes. Angels and Pictus cats? Yes. Or will they be lunch with the crazy Pictus? Pictus cats aren't really like aggressive. They're just food aggressive. Now, obviously, if you have like chili rasboras with Pictus catfish, then obviously they're going to get eaten. But rainbows are not going to get, unless you have like Pseudomugils, I don't know. Rainbowfish are not going to have a problem with Pictus catfish. Definitely not Chilothrina either. Matter of fact, if I would love to do a whole tank of just Pictus catfish, but if I had to put other fish with them, it would be rainbows or danios, just because they can be pretty hyper aggressive when the food is in there as well. So I think they could keep up. Holy smokes! Another wicked rad super chat from Ginger Grumble for the baby giraffe fund. See, this is a portrait of the actual giraffe I'm saving for. So there you go. Only $29,734 to go. Do I currently have Medecas? Yes, I have black Medeca rice fish. I've had 0 spawning from them. I bought 12, had 12 shipped in, and 8 of them died. They came with ick. Another great wholesale experience. They actually shipped them with ick. So that was pretty awesome. And yeah, 4 of them survived, and I do have male female, and the female looks like she's ready to pop at any moment. So hopefully. Dennis with another wicked rad super chat of $1.38. Dennis, thank you. I appreciate it. K Walker says Danios are amazing. I know. I so want glow light Danios, like 200 of them. You have no idea. So bad. I want like 1,000. I just want a massive school of glow light Danios. If any gets bored, turn on closed captions and watch the computer try to deal with Bob's vocabulary and my stuttering and my incoherent sentences. Yeah. I've done it. I've turned on closed captioning before rewatching some of them. The yo-yo loaches and stirrabis get away okay, but they're typically lower in the water column at feeding, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, I think it'd be just fine. Do I know if longfin Danios breed true? Actually, I don't. I tend to stay away from anything longfin. I don't know why. I just I think I have one longfin green dragon pleco. But yeah, generally I don't do with long. I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, don't enjoy longfin stuff. I feel like it just, they're bred that way specifically, and it just makes it harder for them to swim, and I don't know. I don't know. I would imagine. I would imagine so. Although, I mean, it's one of the most common Danios out there, so they got to be just mass producing those things. So I would imagine they would breed true. Bummer to hear about the Medeca. Hopefully you get some spawning soon. I'm hoping to get some for outdoors, but not sure if I should wait till spring. At this point, I would probably, because I got them to put them outdoors, and I wanted to keep them out there year round, which putting a black fish in a black tub, probably not the smartest idea I've ever had, but I'm going to do it. So, I'm not going to put them out there in winter, though. I'd rather them get that gradual decrease rather than just taking them from my 75-degree fish room and throwing them outside where it's 15 degrees. Obviously I wouldn't just throw them out in 15. Like, I would try to acclimate them slowly, but yeah, I think it would just be better to get them in the spring and let them spawn all summer and then get that natural decline in weather temperature. How are the doggies doing? Jeff Rose, they're sleeping currently. Hoping they'll stay that way for another hour and 15 minutes. Shh, don't wake him up. I have to admit, I've fallen asleep, so there's definitely something to the sound of his voice. Very soothing. No, it's just you're bored. That's all it is. It's like hip dysplasia on shepherds and tiny feet on quarter horses. Kind of, but not really, but kind of. I get what you're saying, though. A 125-gallon with 7 Geophagus wine milleri. What 3 rainbow species would you add? What 3 would I add? I would do, if you could find like a good quality Herbert axelrodi, I would do that. I've always loved yellow rainbows, though. I know they're not the most rare and exotic thing out there, but a good Herbert axelrodi is really good. Really good looking fish. And I would probably do, like, in a 125, I'd probably go Madagascar. Just because you don't see them that often, and a good large school of Madagascar rainbow fish looks pretty awesome. And then I'd probably do a Radinocentris, something smaller, like a Radinocentris. I mean, you could literally just pick any 3 and it's going to be awesome. So, I don't know. That's my answer right now. If you ask me next week, I would probably say 3 different species. So who knows? The doc is in the house. Howdy, y'all. Howdy, houseplant Bob. Oh, what's going on, buddy? I had Madagascars. I had Madagascars with them in Kentucky, actually. Okay, so you probably want something different. I mean, you have no shortage of rainbows to choose from there. Wow. I don't think I've ever recommended Madagascars and had someone say I had those before. No one ever has those fish. Snowing in Enum scratch. I don't even know what that is. Enum scratch. What? Is that like a different Enum claw, like claw scratch? I don't know. Ooh, the Van Herni. Yeah. Yeah, you still want those Dorotai, huh? I would say Glossolepis would be any Glossolepis would be sweet with that fish. Now that I think about it, because they're gonna have those long flowing fins too. So yeah, you definitely need Glossolepis in there. Man, if you could find the red dragons, that would be a good one. I'm definitely on board with the Van Herni because not enough people keep that. Wapoga, obviously you can't go wrong. I mean, that was like the holy grail rainbow forever. I don't think it is anymore, but quarters have huge hooves. Michael Scott. Michael Scott says, I have Hemichromis exul, a group of 4, and the most intense red cichlid I've ever seen. Have you kept this cool cichlid? I have not, Michael Scott. I have not. Curtis Schindler. Oh, holy smokes. We got a wicked awesome super chat here from Curtis, member for 37 months. That's crazy. Thank you so much, buddy. Says 37 months. That's wicked awesome. Wicked awesome. The Van Huri are starting to look really good at the warehouse. I think I need to come back to the warehouse. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Need to just pool up some of that affiliate money and come back to the warehouse. Curtis says, I'm pretty happy with my $2.99 Australian rainbows from PetSmart. It has colored up real nice. Lots of red spangles, red fins, and black tips. Looks wicked sweet. A full-grown Australian rainbow is one, you rarely ever see them because they are huge. Like, Australian rainbows get big. And they're some of the best-looking rainbows when they're fully grown, fully colored up. And they're so cheap. And I think just because they're so cheap and they stay silver for so long. Not a lot of people have that commitment to a $3 rainbow fish. But I love them. I would love an 8-foot, a 240 with just a bunch of, and I would get them from like different sources too. So they're all different colors. Australian rainbows. I think it would be pretty sweet. Once upon a time ago, way, way, way back on my channel, you can see some of the giant Australian rainbows I had. I don't know what, I traded them for something though. I don't remember what I got them in a trade, kept them for like a year, and then traded them for something else. I don't remember. Puts. We're putting puts down. What are we putting puts on? Have I ever worked with Fundulopanchics? No. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the rest of that. I am planning to get a colony started in a 40 breeder. Any tips? I am not much of a killifish person, fish folk. I'm embarrassed to say I haven't worked with a lot of killifish. And I know killifish kind of go hand in hand with rainbows. I've kept a few species. I've never spawned any killifish. Well, I spawned lamp-eye killifishes, but that doesn't really count. When we think killifish, no one's thinking of lamp-eye killifish. So, yeah, not a lot of experience there for you. K Walker says $3 rainbow fish cost around $10. I always forget that you're in Australia. That's crazy. Australian rainbow fish are usually one of the cheapest fish on my list, which is kind of wild. Pretty crazy to me. Don't get me started on the Western pleasure horse. Whoa. This is a family stream here, all right? Family stream. I don't know what that is, but I don't think I want to know. All my rainbows are pretty small still and have had them for some time now. Any tips on growing them more? I mean, outside of feeding more and doing more water changes, you just gotta wait. High protein foods help. Do I have any must-keep fish for a 20-gallon tall tank? I don't think so. I think if I was to set up a 20-gallon tank, I think every time I would set it up different. I would never set it up the same way twice. I would always do a different scape, different fish. So I don't think I have like a must-have go-to. I mean, it would have to have Corydoras, I guess. Probably some of the smaller ones, Pygmaeus, Hastatus, things like that. Yeah, that's basically it. That's a giant mug. A giant mug. Look at it. It looks giant, and then you like, it's about the size of my head. I think it's 64 ounces. I don't know. I got the biggest one I could find because I got tired of walking back and forth to fill it up. So I just got the biggest one I could find. Big Shrimp says, I remember a couple months ago I was so excited to get my first rainbow fish. Then what? I've only kept Natho, or Johnny says I've only kept a Natho eggersai. I got them cheap since they were mislabeled Daisy's rice fish. They spawned. I kept a peat for 8 months, then hatched some out. It was pretty neat. Yeah, I don't think I have that much patience to spawn killifish. You told me Pseudomugil luminatus isn't a real rainbow fish. Can you explain that? Technically, Pseudomugils do not fall under the rainbow fish. If you were actually to go and look at like where they are, like their genus and everything, they don't fall under rainbow fish. So some people will be like, Pseudomugils aren't real rainbow fish, but they kind of are. I consider them rainbow fish, but like the purist or the elitist will say they're not real rainbow fish. Same with the Madagascar rainbow fish. It's not really a rainbow fish because it's not in that genus, but they take it. Just like Pseudomugils, you know, they're not in the rainbow fish genus, but we still consider them rainbow fish. So I'm guessing they need more protein in their diet. Yeah, if you go back like 5-6 years, there was this big push that rainbows are more herbivore than they are carnivore, which I don't know how that started, but they definitely love protein. I don't consider them to be herbivore heavy at all. They definitely prefer more protein. Have I bred any Brocus yet? No. I actually, they're on my list though. So next year I will be breeding them. I don't know exactly which one. I want the Brocus Britsky eye. But we'll see. I'll pretty much get whatever's available at the time. Right now, there's not a lot of Corydoras available, and I feel like there's something fishy going on with Corydoras right now. Yeah, I don't know, because I think it was Regina Phalanges had bought in some Sturbias and had some problems with. I've heard of a lot of people having problems with Corydoras, and then I got some and I had problems with them, and I don't know, man. I just feel like whatever exporter, like there's something fishy going on with Corydoras right now, and there's not even like a large variety available right now. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there in the Corydoras world, but I'm skeptical. Zen Ginger said, it took me forever to find a real rainbow I like the shape of. Then I found Chilothrina, and apparently they count. Well, they are rainbow fish, but don't you like Radinocentris as well? Eric Wyrock says, then you got to look that up because the body shape bugs me. So Chilothrina, they still have a forehead. It's just not a giant protruding forehead like mine or like a Bosemani. So they still have a little, but they're definitely more linear, more cylinder shaped than like Melanotania. What are my 5 favorite U.S. native fish for keeping in home aquarium? Sizes 55 gallon or smaller. Fish folk, that is very specific. I don't even think I've kept 5 native fish, if I'm being honest. I've kept a few minnows that I've caught like out hiking. I've kept rainbow shiners. I mean, I've kept like rainbow trout. Does that count? Wait, what was your tank size? 55 gallon. Yep. Not keeping rainbow trout in a 55 gallon. Yeah, I couldn't put a list. I couldn't do a top 5 because I haven't kept 5. Now, I could probably tell you 5 species that I want to keep, like darters, and there's other shiners I want to keep. There's easily 5 darters that I'd want to keep. But the what is it, Jonah's Aquariums or whatever, that has like all the native fish, it won't ship to me. So yeah, kind of sad. Would you rather underfeed or overfeed a shrimp tank? I would always rather overfeed. Underfeeding would mean that like they're starving out, right? You're not feeding them enough, they're starving out. I don't know. That doesn't sound very healthy to me. I would definitely overfeed. Chilothrina blaheri has one of the worst rainbow body shapes. How dare you? I have Gary Lang blaheris. I take offense to that, good sir. Just kidding. I don't take offense to anything. That red wolffish at the last auction for Dr. Anthony's amazing amazing cause took my breath away. Dream fish for sure. Whips World says bluegill, pike, bass. I guess I have kept bluegill. Okay. Bullhead and channel catfish. I've kept bullhead too. I mean, obviously you can't keep those in a 55-gallon tank, but I used to catch bullheads and bring them home and keep them. It was just, as a kid, you throw it in something for like a week or two, a month, and then let it go. If I was to make a biotope tank, where would you replicate? Probably Tanganyika, Lake Tanganyika. I feel like it's very easy to make a Lake Tanganyikan biotope, but I think maybe not easy, but simple, which there is a difference between simple and easy. I think it can be done simply and still look really good. I don't think anybody really does Amazon biotopes. Like, I don't know, maybe seen like 1 or 2 actual Amazon biotopes. But I like plants too much for like Amazonian type fish, like tetras, apistos, things like that. I just think they look better with plants. So I would never do a real Amazon biotope because there'd be like no plants. It'd be like sand and brown water. That's not very enjoyable. But Lake Tanganyika, you could actually do like some rocks, some scapes with the rocks and stuff, and it would actually be a biotope tank. Darters. My tiny hummers are dark red with amber eyes and have chihuahua attitude. So cute. I have the neon green ones. Neon green Rasboras. Oh, lady says, I'll have to check them out. I am quickly becoming a big enthusiast of Corydoras. Me too. Obviously, I've always loved them. But that makes me happy. We need more Corydoras enthusiasts. Enthusiast. Mm-hmm. Low heels and long toes are awful. What? Nothing wrong with my toes. Nancy B in Tennessee. Nancy B. Tennessee. There would be brown dead wood and brown dead leaves. Actually, got a pretty good giggle on a Facebook post where gosh, what did they say? Something about there are no Amazon biotopes because you all have rocks in your Amazon bio. Like, there's no rocks in the Amazon. And I'm like, really? Like, you really think there's no rocks in the Amazon River? I don't know why I got a chuckle out of that, but it was like such a bold statement. I don't know. I could never imagine saying something like that. There's no rocks in the Amazon. There's very clearly rocks in the Amazon River. I bought those Cerbis for my discus tank. Praise quarantine. Yeah, so it was you. Yeah, Cerbis, right? I don't know. The ones I got are dying off one by one every day. Just picking more out, more dead ones out. Curtis says he's really thinking about getting discus, but man, are they expensive. I think they're kind of overrated, to be honest. I love me a good wild-caught discus, but... And when I say overrated, I think they're too expensive for what they are. Aren't swords, Val, Laguidia from the Amazon or South Central America? It's basically like it's like 90-some%, whatever. I'm just totally making this up. 90-some% of the Amazon is just sand and water. But you still just can't make a blanket statement like there's no rocks in the Amazon. When anyone can just go on YouTube and look at videos of the Amazon of people like catching plecos, flipping over rocks. You know, that's how they catch plecos. They flip over rocks. Like, how do you explain plecos if there's no rocks? They're not grabbing onto sand in that high current. It's ridiculous. Kay says, I brought 8 Corys and only 1 was female. Will they pick on her? Nah. Should be all right. Big Shrimpin says an Amazon biotope would have 8 water bottles, 2 trash bags, and a Pepsi can. That's probably more accurate, honestly, unfortunately. Are there any Corydoras species you would not keep together? If I'm not breeding, I would mix any species. There is that one that's like hyper aggressive. Maybe if Johnny's still here, maybe he might know. But there is actually an aggressive Corydora. Which one is it? I know Dan has them. Which one is it? I think it's the Pantanal. Is that it? This is the one he says can be kept singly. I think you want to keep them singly because they are aggressive. Or you need... I don't know what the deal with this. I just remember doing the tour with him and he's like, yeah, these ones we got to keep by themselves. Man, those gold bows. Is Johnny still here? Gold bow. Corey at Johnny. Oh yeah, he is still there. Those CW102 Johnnies, how good did those look in real life? CW102 gold bow Corey, because that is a beautiful Corydora. Isn't Brocus aggressive? I would say they're aggressive for Corys, but I would not say they're aggressive when compared to actual aggressive fish. Like Mbunas. Like, they're not Mbuna aggressive. Pantanal, yes. Yeah, that's what I thought. What's all this racket outside? Sorry, I gotta look this up. I gotta see what's going on out there. The old Amazon delivery guy. Making all kinds of racket out there. Really good, man. When he listed those, before he put a picture of them, I was like, when the CW102, I thought was C102, so the leopard Corys, right? That are like 10 cents, like super cheap Corydoras. I'm like, how are you selling leopard Corys for $50? Like that, what in the world is going on? Because they were just up there as CW102, and there was no picture. And I was like, what? And then he added the picture and then changed it to gold bow. But I was wrong, because there's C102 and there's CW102. But I was like, $50 for leopard Corys. I was blown away. But this makes a lot more sense now that I know what I'm looking at. Oh, man. I need to get some of them black Venezuelan Corys, too. Ah, man, so many. Some Corydoras elegans. So many Corys to keep. Ooh, Nancy B in Tennessee says she works retail. Oof. I do not envy you. Not at all. I got about 10, 12 years in retail. Ooh. I've gone through many of Christmas seasons. They are not fun. I'm currently waiting on my fish shipment from Dan's Fish to get here. I ordered the last yellowfin Corydoras. Is that all you? So you bought one Corydoras? What if it's one of those things like he just hasn't stocked the website, so there's really like 100 of them there, but there was only one in stock, or only one available to sell. Oh man. Looking to get the rare sailfin red Venezuela. Hard to find from Trinidad, but richer red. I would love to go on like a Corydoras worldwide trip, like traveling all over trying to find like all the different species of Corydoras. Like that's what I'm going to do when I win the lottery. If I ever buy a lottery ticket. I need Dan to get some of these other Corys in stock. Like the Tucano, the Carle, I don't know. My Julii named Tiny thinks it's the biggest fish in the whole 40 gallon. That's kind of funny. Struggling to decide between Julii and Sturbis. Curtis, if you ever did go discus, Sturbis could go in the discus tank. They can take that higher temperature. Juliis are a pretty cool looking one too. I think Sturbis are just a bit hardier though. That's all he had left. Yeah, see, people blame me. I've been yelled at twice for buying the last of the C123s. But when I bought mine, sure, they were the last one, but then the next day there was more on the site. So it really wasn't me. So stop yelling at me. What I want to find out is the difference between gold laser and orange laser, because they look like the same fish to me. Oh, you know what one of my dream Corys are? The Equius. The Corydoras Equius. That's a good looking Cory. Whoa. Whoa. Why is Dan talking to me right now? Get out of here, Dan. Jeez. That's what I get for looking at fish. Actually, Bob, every time there's a fish out of stock, it's your fault, I guess. Gold lasers are shinier. Do you think like the average hobbyist would be able to tell the difference, Johnny? Is it basically how there's like red cherry shrimp and then there's like Bloody Mary cherry shrimp? There's still just red cherry shrimp. Ooh, the C12. Those are nice. Those are some nice Corys too. Man. Still want my CW111. They were on Aquabid like 2 months ago. You could have got them. Greg Jones says, I'm so basic. I just like Paleotis Corys. Love that they are subtropical temperatures. Yeah, I've kept them out in really cold weather out in my tubs. So I do love the peppered Corydoras. The only reason I'm not keeping them is because I've already bred them. And I'm specifically trying to breed Corydoras that I haven't bred before. So otherwise, they would absolutely be on my list. They're probably one of the most sturdiest Corydoras. Like, they are super hard to kill. Like, they are. If there was ever a bulletproof Corydora, it'd be the Paleotis. I would love to find Corydoras hastatus. Rachel O'Leary did a profile. They are cute. I tend to see them more in the springtime, which is weird because they really shouldn't be a seasonal fish. But yeah, the hastatus is a good one. I'd love to get more aspidoras, but their numbers are declining. Like every month they get reclassified as just Corydoras. Ever order plants from Dustin's Fish Tanks? No, I got a 5-plant bundle on Black Friday for $20, but it's best-selling bundle, so I don't know what plants I'm getting. I don't think I could do that. I couldn't gamble like that. They're hardier than Pygmaeas? Yes, I would say so. I would, like, they're so hard to kill. Johnny says, I didn't for the longest time. I thought CW14 were just poorly colored gold lasers. Well, I guess if they have... I don't know. I'm really thinking about getting some of the gold lasers, but I'm like, am I just paying more for orange lasers? Fishfolk says, Bob, have you ever worked with hummingbird tetras before? Outside of filming them? No, I've never worked with hummingbird tetras. I knew though that they are quite fascinating as far as... Wait. Are you talking about the actual hummingbird tetra? So there's hummingbird tetras, and then there's actually a tetra named hummingbird tetra. Which sounds confusing, I know, but the actual hummingbird one is the see-through one, I believe. Let me Google this. Copy and paste. And the only reason I know this is because I actually ordered hummingbird tetras, and they sent me the darter tetras. And I was like, these are not hummingbird tetras. And I guess they are. I'm like, no, they're not. So yeah, these are like the see-through little see-through guys. So no, I have not kept these, although I did try to buy them. But you know, wholesalers, they don't really know that much about fish. Some of them are really good. Some of them don't really know what they're doing. What is the breed name for the brown and black common ones? Brown and black, like Corydoras, like the Aenis? Maybe? I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Yeah, the only one I can think of is the Aenis, maybe. Brown and black. Look up Corydoras Aenis. There you go, Gabriel. See if that's the one. Amy says, did I miss the fish of the week? No, I didn't do one this week. But we might as well just pick a Corydora at this point. Spent the last 30 minutes talking about Corydoras. I could talk about Corydoras forever. I'm not even an expert on Corydoras, but I guarantee you this, by this time next year, I will be a top expert on Corydoras for sure. I have no doubt. That's kind of the whole point of this thing that I'm doing. When wholesalers send random fish in place of other fish, do they charge you the price of what you ordered or what they sent? So it's different for every wholesaler. They all have their different rules. So like when you set up your account, some of them will ask, like, do you want substitutions or no? I always say no, because Lord knows what I'm going to get. That being said, I always want them to fill the box. This is one of my biggest pet peeves. Wholesalers don't... they don't care about the price of shipping because we have to pay for that. So they don't go to like UPS or FedEx and like they're not negotiating better prices. So overnight shipping from a Florida wholesaler to me here in Seattle is like $150. It is crazy expensive. So when I order a box of fish, like I want that box to be full. And this last order I got, I specifically said, if there's room in the box, fill it with Corydoras. I don't care what species. I don't care. I don't care how much they are. I don't care about what species they are. I just don't want to get a box that's half full. I ordered 6 species of Corydoras. They sent 3. They were out of 3 of them. Did they fill up the box? No. I can't explain the levels of frustration of opening a box that's half full and paying $150 for a half full box. It is, and then they all died anyways. Like it's, oh my gosh! Like last week was so frustrating. You have no idea. Wendy says I have dwarf red hummingbird tetra, Peru from Dan. Yeah, so there's like the actual hummingbird tetra, that is its own species, and then there's hummingbird tetras, that are called hummingbirds because of the way they swim. Will I be ordering from that wholesaler again? If I do, it'll only be plants because honestly, their plants are really, really nice. They have really good plants for a really good price. Will I order fish from them? I ordered a lot of them when I had my website up and running and was selling fish, and I never had an issue with them. I haven't ordered from them in like 2 years, and I don't know what happened. And this could have just been a one-off thing. You know, they could still be really good, but I don't know. I don't know that I'll order from them again. Especially since I specifically said like fill the box. I don't care. And they're like, well, we don't really have a way to do that in our system. I'm like, you don't have someone that can just look at that box and see that it's like half full. Like, I'm trying to give you. This is anytime I'm trying to give a company more money, especially when I say I don't care. Like, send me Corydoras. I don't care which ones. I don't care the price. Like, if somebody sent me an email saying I want some Corydoras, I don't care what species. I don't care how much they are. Like, that's like a perfect sale for me. I'm like, heck yeah, man. I'm getting these CW 153s that are like $100 each. Like, that's what I'm going to sell you. But so anytime a company like has their system can't allow you to spend more money, which this is one of my problems with the Wet Spot too, right? They're the same way. Like, once you make your order, you can't add on to it because their system won't allow it. I can't give you more money. Okay. If that's really how you want to, if you really want to do business that way. So you were saying is that order was wicked disappointing. Wicked disappointing. I mean, I did get some plants though. So I did, that's the good part. They do have good plants, but yeah, it was very disappointing. So, I mean, people think like being able to buy fish for $1, woohoo, that's awesome. No, it's not. I would have much rather have paid retail and have all my fish be alive than pay wholesale and get a quarter of the fish that I bought. Paul says, Bob, Panicories, Corydoras, Mate, sweet, medium size, can take wide temperature range, low 70s to mid 80s without blinking an eye. This is one of the Corydoras I ordered that was left out of my box. I ordered 24 Corydoras Mate. And here's the other thing, right? When I emailed them and I was like, fill up the box, I don't care. And they're like, oh no, there's no problem because I ordered them last week. They're like, it's a short week. There's not going to be a lot of orders. We have plenty of them in stock. Won't be an issue. His exact words. Plenty in stock, won't be an issue. But they were out of stock on half the Corys I ordered. So, yeah. I was like, I said I was going to do a Thanksgiving stream, but I was like so just like bummed out. Like, to say it nicely, I'm going to say bummed out that I didn't even want to stream. Like, I didn't want to talk about fish. I was just like, man, I was pissed. Thank you, Bob. Now we have a name to the fish. He is in the same box of water with Tiny and an albino, 3 goldfish, and 3 cichlids. My second oddball community. That is pretty oddball. So Paul, yes, Mate are definitely on my list. You don't see him very often, and I'm not sure why. Buying retail, would you buy from live aquaria if they're the only ones who have your fish in stock? Would I would really, really want to, like, that would have to be like a bucket list fish for me to order from live aquaria. That being said, I've never ordered from live aquaria. I'm sure people have gotten thousands of healthy fish from them, perfect orders. But I also see all the horror stories, so what the heck, man? Is Amazon's? Someone is going crazy in front of my camera. Oh, it's probably snowing. The snow is setting off my motion detector. I gotta fix that. Live Aquaria is PetSmart, right? I thought it was Chewy. Didn't Chewy buy it? I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm still looking for Mate. I did secure another account today, hoping that maybe I'll have some more variety to work with, but we'll see. We will see. Regina says, I totally feel for you, Bob. I'm never buying fish online again. Well, I mean, Chewy is PetSmart too, is it? I can't keep up with that stuff. I don't know. Then yes. I've definitely had lots of good experience buying fish online. Like, lots of good experience. And honestly, even where you bought them from, like, I would not hesitate to buy them from them again. I know you just had a bad experience, but that's definitely not the norm for where you bought them from. I don't know. I really think there's something funky going on with Corydoras right now. Lewis says, I have a Glossolepis wanamensis. The left of the body half is dark green, the other is light green. On the same side, it looks like a fuzzy pimple. What could it be? Man, that's usually not a good sign. I guess my question would be, does it look like there's like a bone type of structure like protruding from it, or is it just like a fuzzy like little clump? If there's actually something protruding from it or looks like protruding from it, that could be not a good sign. Dennis says, Bob, do you get a chance to check out LRB's fish room video for Jerry Joe's 200 plus tanks of Corys? Yeah, but he kind of just went through it really fast though. The one I saw was when they were all down there for Aquashella, right? And then so I would have preferred like a tour with him in it. But it was more just Lucas like walking around like, here's this. And I get it, like he was busy because everyone was at his house that day. But somebody told me somebody else has another tour. But don't get me wrong, I love the video. I just would have liked to had some of some of his insight, some of his knowledge included in that video. But yeah, I was definitely super jealous of all the species. Dan has a ton of fish and everyone says they're great quality. He just doesn't have much to offer in the bigger cichlid range. Yeah, and I don't blame him. I mean, it takes up a lot of space. I have a couple of pistol species breeding, blue-tailed goodiad, 6 to 8 Cory species, some Aves Creek Bosemani, and setting up a breeding tank for Pseudomugils. All right. Wendy says, I wish I could keep epistogrammas. My water GH is 53, KH is over 200, pH is 8. I bet you could keep and even breed epistogramma cockatoides in that water. You could definitely keep them, but I would bet that they would also breed in 8.0 pH. No amount of alder cones change the pH. I Googled fish for breed in hard water, but never find anything. I mean, you could venture out to Lake Tanganyika, my second favorite group of fish. And Lake Tanganyikan fish are a little bit more expensive than your average tetra for sure. So it's an investment. But I mean, any Lake Tanganyika or Rift Lake cichlid in general is going to do just fine for you. But I would say like Lake Tanganyika, to me, is more like community fish, even though there are some pretty highly aggressive Tanganyikans out there. You know, Tanganyikans are generally smaller than Malawis and Victorians, and I don't know. That's what I would check out. But I guarantee you could keep epistogramma cockatoides, no problem. And I say that because I've seen people keep cockatoides in Lake Tanganyikan biotopes. So, yeah. Matt Gray says, marathon stream tonight? No, we're just back to 2 hours. And it's been an hour and a half, and we're still talking fish. Like, this is insane. What? Are you guys feeling all right? Like, it makes up for last week when I don't think we talked about fish at all. It's the Corydoras. It's bringing us all together. You don't want Burchardi. Zen Ginger said, daffodils, and you probably don't even want those. Daffodils, Burchardi, Ocelotus, Kudo punctatus are all ones I want. I don't know. Those first two, man, they are like guppies. Lake Tanganyikans are plant friendly for sure. They won't bother your plants. They're not like Mbunas. Yeah. They're not, well, like if you get like shell dwellers, they might uproot your plants, but none of them are going to go after them. Bob, the false manicory melani might be easier to find. Yeah, I ordered 24 of those as well, and 18 of them died the first night I got them. Like, this was a bad shipment. I think I got 4. I think 4 of the 24 survived. So yeah, Mate, Melani, what? Let me look here. Let me just look. So I ordered Melanistis, Melani, Mate, Punctatus, Rabutii. I know I'm not saying that right. And Corydoras Concolor, which I really wanted. And, yeah, didn't get them. I got the Punctatus. I got the... I need to go online and figure out how to say Rabutii or whatever it is. Booty. So I got the Melani, the Punctatus, and the Rabutii. And most of them are dead. Have I ever kept a Starry Night cichlid? Yes, I have actually. The Paratilapia Pollini, I've kept one of them. I bought it for $1 at a fish auction. Brought it home. I kept it for a while, but I ended up rehoming it because it just didn't work in any of my tanks. And I figured it wouldn't, but no one was bidding on it. It was literally like $1. And the thing I don't like about these auctions, nobody really stays till the end. And so, like, it ends up as a place for people to just, like, drop off their fish, and then they go home, and they're just assume someone's going to buy them. And so it was like, well, what's going to happen to this fish if I don't buy it? Who knows what's going to happen? Like, obviously, they're not just going to leave it there, but... I don't know. I felt bad. So I bid on it for $1. I won it. I brought it home. I think I kept it for around 6 months. There might even be videos of it on my channel. This is gonna be like back in like 7 years ago, maybe. I don't know. But it was fine at first, but then it started being a jerk, and like the bigger it got, the more of a jerk it became. So I rehomed it. My green Aeneas breed, but my stirbai and albino. But I wish my albino and stirbai would breed. If you say cockatoides in a live stream, does it get demonetized? No. You would have to say something pretty dang severe to get demonetized. I mean, look at these gaming live streams where people are cussing and swearing up a storm. They're not getting demonetized. Now, it also depends on how you set it up. So if you set up your channel as kid friendly and you're cussing and swearing, then yeah, you're probably going to get in trouble. But just swearing alone is not going to get you demonetized. Curtis says, I'm still stuck with 2 zebra obliquitans and a 75. I still remember the very first time I saw zebra obliquitans, and I was fairly new. I didn't even know about Victorian cichlids. And I was like, that is an amazing looking fish. I really want that fish. Luckily, the pet store worker, what did I do? Do I still have audio? Luckily, the store worker like talked me out of it. He was like, dude, these are highly aggressive. Bob likes it really dark. I don't know what I did. My camera didn't overheat, but it definitely turned off. Oh wait, don't I have a thing for this? This maybe? Did I kick something? Wicked dark. It's wicked dark. I think my camera might have just crapped the bed. Yep. 147 people watching a black screen. What can we do here? We can come over here and look at fish. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my camera just broke. That's pretty awesome. I wonder what'll happen if I plug in this other camera. Actually, this will probably show things that I don't want seen on camera. No, it's not hot at all, Matt. It's not warm at all. It definitely did not overheat. I've had it overheat in the summer. Yeah, it's not even warm to the touch. All right, well, let's might as well look at some Corydoras, huh? Let's get some Corys. It quit due to your official stance on pie. It's a pretty strong possibility. These Zingu Cories are pretty rad. I love Similis too. I've already tried turning it on and off again, short of restarting the computer, which would end the stream. But the camera, it's not even turning on. I have it plugged into power. Swapped out the battery as well, even though it's not on battery power. It's just not turning on. That's what I get. Black diamond cories. Yowza. Now you don't have to look at my ugly mug, though. Hey, guess what? I took my hat off. Haha, suckers. You can't even see. Your card is empty. I know. I know. Oh, that's only because it's on... I'm on Firefox. And the only reason I have Firefox is for streaming. I bet you if I pulled it up on Google, my cart would not be empty. I've seen two different spellings of stir-by. Are they different, or are people spelling them wrong? Someone's spelling them wrong. Did you smack it around a few times? No, I tried that with my other Sony camera, and I'm pretty sure I just made it worse. All right. This is what I'm talking about right here. Look at this fish. Hey, why can't I blow up the picture? What? Come on, Dan. I gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, there. There we go. So look at that gold bow. Oh, that's a beautiful fish. Mute for a second and cuss at it. Well, you can't say curse words, otherwise you're going to get cursed. That's why they're called cursed words. So don't ever curse. Even though I'm pretty sure I just cursed a lot on the last member stream. But, you know. Maybe some alien Bob Lazar tech killed the camera. I mean, it's possible. I did take down my tin foil that I had wrapped up in this room. So I am probably getting shot with all kinds of rays right now. Bow Wow says, I think I need them bow cories. Yeah. Only 18 left. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. There we go. What else is one here? I mean, these guys, obviously. Oh, wait, I guess you could never enlarge the pictures. Never mind, Dan, I take it all back. It was this that I was thinking of. These were when I was at the warehouse in July, these were by far, or June, these were by far the hardest fish to film. I was going to make a dedicated video on these Corydoras because they're so fascinating. I shot a bunch of B-roll, and I knew it didn't look good when I was filming it, but I was hoping that it would, that I could fix it in post-production. But they blend into the sand so much, it was impossible for me to get the camera to focus on them. And they're so small. I mean, they're the size of hummingbird tetras. Look at this one on the right, like you can barely even see it. But such a cool little Corydora. And they're probably not even going to be a Corydora for very long. I'm sure they're going to get reclassified at some point. What do you want to see? The Bob the Smudge spots Cory's might interest you when they're happy. The back quarter inch turns violet. Is that the Similis? Yeah, I definitely want these. I actually saw these at the co-op, but they were I went to the Aquarium co-op last week and I bought my Venezuelans and the leopard Corydoras. They had these and I almost got them, but they were really small. And so I didn't want to wait like a year for them to grow out before I could spawn them. If they were just a little bit bigger, even like a quarter inch or a half inch bigger, I probably would have bought some. But yeah, Similis, Paul, definitely on my list. I think, yeah, $80. I think they're like the third most expensive Corydoras that you can buy right now. Maybe the second. I should do a video on the most expensive Corydoras. Look at this though. How cool is this fish? There's only two. When I was there, he had a whole tank of these things, and they were just awesome. Paula says this is all too exciting. I'm catching a hint of sarcasm there. Pantanol. The aliens, like these, I want these ones too. These ones, like in person, like the black stands out, so it's like a different black than the black that's on the other Corydoras. It's just weird. It's hard to describe. It's a very distinct black color. I don't even know like the word I'm looking for here. Jamie, the co-op still might have them. I was there last Tuesday, I think. Yeah, so it's only been like a week. Well, it hasn't even been a week, so they still might have them. And I think they were, locally bred too. No, I'm buying for breeding purposes. So if we go, oh, it's all the way down now. Hey guys, it's Corey from Aquarium Co-op. All the way down to the forum. Then we go to local announcements. Then we go here. And we go to Corydoras. Here we go. Habrosis, Melanotania. I do want to get some of these. I know they're like super cheap and like one of the most common ones, but I still like them and I still want to breed them. And Sturbai, Panda, Paleatus. Nope. Maybe it was this one. Albino, Habrosis, Panda, Oh, I tried to get these ones, the polka dot Atro personatus, but they weren't doing well. Venezuelans. All right, so this means that the Similis has been there for over 2 weeks at this point, so they're probably still there. Bronze, orange lasers, nice. Yeah, so they've been there a while. Adolphoi, nice. JD Parcher says, I do not understand Corydoras prices. Prices on all fish are basically dependent on rarity and how easy they are to breed. The more rare, the more difficult they are to breed, the more expensive they're going to be. That's really just that simple. And it's not just Corydoras that are that way. I mean, there's tetras that are $100 a piece, right? There's plecos that are $1,000. There's rainbowfish that are $100 a piece. Like every group of fish has like that super rare couple of fish that are just really expensive. Man, when did they get the Similis? They must have had them for a while. Yeah, I don't know. But I bet you, Jamie, I bet you they're still there. Those Atro personatus were in the auction the other night. Wild caught. Nice. Paul says Corys need to be in a group of 5 or 6 to be comfortable and show their true behavior. I would even argue that they need more than that. Like my minimum for Corydoras is 6. A lot of people will say like 3 is the bare minimum. No way. I'm right there with you. Like not even 5, like 6. And then it should really be like 12. Leslie says, JD Partridge, I agree, especially when you consider they have to be in groups. You can't just buy one. But I bought some of the Panacories that I am completely in love with. Yeah, I'm like I said, it's no different, and it's not different than any other hobby either. Like, all hobbies are that way, right? All collectible, whatever you're collecting, the harder it is to get, the rarer it is, the more expensive it's going to be. Check out Dr. Anthony. He had some different Corys. What's his website, Jennifer? I didn't even know he sold fish. I thought he was like a exporter, not a reseller. Eight is great. 8 is great. All right, what's another one? What's another one I want? Oh yeah, the 62s. I think I talked about those earlier. Anything with like the black stripe, I really love. Like the quote unquote flagtail. I really like that. There's a couple of them here. The 62s. And there was one, I think they were like $25. Maybe I'm just lying. I could have swore there was another one. I don't know. Big Shrimpin says, if you think Corydoras are a cult, check out ball pythons. Yeah, for sure. Paul says, I keep discus, so you're not going to get quality fish unless you pay good money for them. I mean, the old adage, you get what you pay for, is generally true across the board. There's definitely exceptions, though, right? I mean, there's exceptions to everything. Amy, you didn't just see me with a Sharpie? Wait, what? I won't be falling asleep first, Nancy. Yeah. Yeah, somebody tell me how to find Dr. Anthony's fish. I'm really curious. Cruz says, I recently picked up 5 Agassizi Cories for $25 at my local auction. I really like them. That's a good price. I ordered a blue-eyed Lucy ball python on Black Friday. It's supposed to be here Wednesday. Amateur Aquatic Addiction says, Bob, you should get some Panacories. I'm going to. I'm going to try them again. I will do it eventually. Not going to be one of the first ones I buy, but I will be buying them.
Narrator dialogue.
Whoa!
Okay, exiting narrator.
What the F was that? Holy smokes. I have no idea what I just pushed. There's not going to be anything on here. There's never anything good on here. You want to see something funny? Is it this guy? Is it the Snookum guy? Maybe not. Where is he at? One of these people are being scandalous. Where is he at? Maybe he's not on here right now. Oh, right here. This guy, House of Fins. House of Fins, are you in here? Does anyone know House of Fins? Like, this guy is totally buying fish at retail and just doubling the price. Like, leopard Corys are like $8. He's charging $20. Lord Toensis, another $8 fish. He's charging $15. I swear this dude is just like buying fish from the wet spot and doubling the price. Do I think it would be possible to hard plumb PVC and FX4 to a breeding rack of 4 20 longs, 2 40 breeders? If not, what else? Do I think it's possible? Yeah. Do I think it would be hard to manage? Yes. You would need like ball valves on every single tank. I don't think it would be worth it. I don't. I think you're better off just doing a sump. I should see the stir-bys in your discus tank. There's at least 50 of them. I would love to see it. I think he's only auctioning them for now, but I'm sure you could reach out via email. Okay, so where's the auction at then? To be fair, there's still 136 people listening to Bob. Right now, there's 142. 140? Huh? 139? He had some for a benefit auction. He might have some extras, but I don't think he's selling it as in retail. Well, where'd he go? He was just here like an hour ago. How dare he leave my stream? Oh, is that the auction on Skipper's Aquariums? Yeah, I was lurking in that. On and off. I must have missed it. Dang it. There's 3 people live right now? How dare they? Oh, one of them doesn't count. Oh yeah. So anything special here? No. Well, we've already seen all Dan's fish, so we're not talking about him. Very rare. Listen, if you have very rare fish and you're trying to sell them, put a picture of them on here. Like, come on. Aim your phone at the fish and take a picture. This is all just... This right here actually intrigues me. The blotchy cories, which I've actually never heard of Corydoras blotchy. Blochai, I don't know. I've never heard of them before. And I'm very skeptical of, not the seller, obviously 1,600 reviews. I don't know. I'm new to this Corydoras. I'm skeptical. Also, when I look at them, I mean, look how skinny they are. Like this one right here. I mean, that is... I don't know that that's going to survive shipping. Like that is skin and bones. That is their plates and bone. That's it. Sure, some of these are a little thicker, but man, are they skinny. Holy smokes. Leslie Perry, it's his voice. He's a warlock and has us under his spell. I'm suddenly having a hard time with my sabwa. They grew well, colored up, and were healthy. That's the rummy nose rasbora, I believe, right? Had them about 9 months now. One by one, losing weight, color. 4 have died. Ideas, all parameters unchanged. It sounds, if they're losing weight, it sounds like something internal, like an internal parasite. That's what I would treat for. Yeah, I mean, they could be, they're definitely small fish for sure. But man, are they skinny. Like, if these are in fact fry, which is probably why he's so zoomed in insanely close to them. Because these are probably like a quarter inch. That's probably what's going on here. Like, they shouldn't even be shipped at that size. Plus, it's a seller that only sells like Petco fish. To have something somewhat rare like that, I don't know. It seems weird. Nothing great. What's going on with the dog at top? I don't know. I don't have ad block on my Firefox, so we could literally see just about anything. Cruz says, I have a linear piston air pump used for about 6 months before moving. I'm having trouble selling it locally. Would Aquabid be a good place to try and sell it? There's only 9 items on here, so probably not. I don't think people are going to Aquabid. I mean, you could try. It's free to list it, so it's not gonna cost you anything. But as we can see, there's not a whole lot going on in terms of equipment on this site. Have I ever ordered from Snookum on Aquabid? It seems like they specialize in wild caught. I have not. And if they're sending fry, I probably never would. My only bad experiences on Aquabid are when people send fish that are way too small. And it's so frustrating. Let's see. View all auctions. Wild caught, wild caught, wild caught, wild caught. This is all just kind of looks like pretty standard stuff. Couple of rare items in there. The dog sling is great for trimming nails. Luckily, my dogs... Oh, that's what's up here. Yeah. My dogs generally don't mind it. My Doberman, when I first got him, he didn't want anyone touching his paws, but he's calmed down enough now to where he doesn't really care. Try Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, Cruz, if you have Facebook Marketplace, try there. Well, I mean, you said you've tried locally, so maybe you've already tried there. You know, the typical like OfferUp, Craigslist. Those are kind of the big three. The guy's based out of Florida. Maybe he's just dredging. Yeah, I'm sure he's just going to one of the farms and buying wholesale fish and reselling it. Like that's not that uncommon. This just seems like a lot of work for not very much money, to be honest. Like I don't know how often he gets sales on here, but just keeping all of these fish, and I don't know, I'm only speculating, but he could also just be looking at wholesale lists and listing auctions, and then you buy it from him, and then he goes and buys it from the wholesaler. So you might not even be like keeping any of these fish. I don't know. Pure speculation. Not trying to speak negatively of whoever this is. How does this guy have so much wild caught stuff? That's probably why he's just buying it from wholesalers is all. There's a lot of stuff from wholesalers is wild caught, so that's all he's doing most likely. If you go to the plant section, there's a lot of the same things there. So if you go to like bunch plants, most all of these are actually, boy, I remember like 5 years ago, if you clicked on bunch plants, you would get like 4 pages of plants. This is crazy. What about rooted? Oh my gosh, the frog's going. I still have that frog in my fish room. But yeah, see all these guys, they're just plant flippers, buying wholesale, flipping them real quick. Two pages. Man. It's just not what it used to be. I watched some YouTube videos and decided I could groom my dog. It looks like a 6-year-old got a hold of electric clippers. Yikes. Cruz says, I surprisingly have had no luck with Facebook Marketplace. Wow. That's like my go-to. Maybe I'm just in a little bit more fish-heavy populated area. I don't know. All right. So it's been about 20 minutes. I'm going to turn this camera back on and see if it turns on. I'm going to say that's a no. That is a definite no. Oh, they make it look easy, don't they? We need Regina's help. Regina Phalange. Did I just say Regina again? I haven't done that in a long time. Hopefully you will forgive me. All right, well, on that note, I don't really have anything for you. Well, it's 7 o'clock anyway, so we are over. The dogs say it's time to go. It's time to go. Well, hopefully by next week, I'll have this camera situated, figured out. I have no idea. But thanks, everyone, for coming out. I appreciate it, and thanks for sticking with me the last 20 minutes. I really appreciate that. And I hope you all have a great week, and we'll do this again next Monday. Same time, same channel, same bat time, same bat channel.